Welcome to U Sports. I'm Sarah McIntosh.
And I'm Marcus Brooks. Today we have results from track and field and softball. But first, the women's tennis team hosted Augustana last Saturday. USD's Jenny Llewellyn moved her record to 16-2 on the season with the #2 singles win. Melanie Rockney was also victorious in her #5 singles match. Llewellyn and Rockney combined for a doubles win for the Coyotes. However, USD couldn't muster any other wins and fell to Augustana 6-3. With the defeat, the Coyotes are now 18-7 overall and 1-5 in the North Central Conference.
The track and field teams had one of their meets canceled due to bad weather last weekend. However, some of the Coyotes traveled to Kansas for the Emporia State Open multi-event competition. Jade Jasinski finished 13th in the heptathlon. In addition, Rachel Miller placed 24th in the event. The Coyotes have a busy week in front of them. Some will be heading to California to participate in several meets. Others will head to Sioux City relays. For more on the women's track team, let's go to Justin Russ with this week's Athlete of the Week.
Steph, you're an 18-time All-American at USD, the most here. When you're done, what are you going to sort of look back on the most?
A lot of people talk about the 18-time All-Americans and the successful teams that we've had here, but I think that the thing that I'm going to look back on the most is the friendships that I made and the memories that I make. If you go back and ask a lot of track athletes, it's not we went to California and you remember what place you got in the race, but you remember the friendships that you made, the travel there, just the time that you spend bonding with your teammates, and you carry those friendships with you the rest of your life.
Now you redshirted last year. How did that help you focus on the team aspect a little more?
Kind of like I've said before, a lot of people don't think of track as a team-oriented sport, not like football or basketball, because you don't constantly have 4 or 9 people around you. You're running a lot of individual things, but when I didn't get to have a team around me, when I wasn't wearing a South Dakota uniform, when I was off on my own, I really learned what it meant to feel like you have something to run for and feel like you have people around you pushing you, and knowing that you're working towards a common goal to be successful.
A lot of the relays you've been on have been pretty successful too. The ones that you've ran this year with Emma Erickson and Ramsey Cavan and Rosalie Bresky. How have you worked with them to sort of make each other better?
Going back kind of to the All-American thing, a lot of things that people don't realize is I wouldn't have done that if I wouldn't have had those teammates around me. I think half those All-Americans that I do have come from relays. They're not just individual events, and it's kind of neat, like you said, Emma, Rose, Ramsey, other people on the team, everybody is from South Dakota or the Midwest.
Now you're a senior this year as well, and you're a psychology major. What are your plans after you graduate from the university?
I will start PA school the last weekend of July, and I'll be going here.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and good luck in the future, Steph.
Thank you.
Reporting for U News, this has been Justin Rust.
Thanks, Justin. The softball team had their trip to Northwest Missouri State canceled because of the weather last weekend. However, the Coyotes did have doubleheaders with Augustana and Wayne State. USD swept Augustana in softball 1-0 and 2-1 on Monday. Yesterday, the team didn't have such luck as Wayne State beat the Coyote women 2-1 and 3-0. USD is now 12-18 overall and 2-2 in the NCC. For more on this week's cancellations, let's go to Ryan Moore with this week's edition of Sports Shorts.
In case you didn't know, I write my own material for this segment. I guess you could say I'm a lot like a comedian. In order to have a topic of discussion each week, I need sports to be played. If sports aren't being played, I have to delve into my river of knowledge and talk about topics like politics and literature. Although I'm not quite to that point yet, this week pushed me to the edge. The cause? All of these USD athletic events that are either being postponed or canceled because of the weather. Look, USD coaches and athletes, I know playing in the freezing rain and cold isn't very appealing. The fact is, though, my show is at stake. It's up to you, coaches and athletes, to take a stand for me. If there is a postponement or cancellation of an event, go anyway and brave the conditions. It's a win-win situation. I'd be able to talk sports, and you'd have an easy victory over whatever competition you were going to, since no other team would show up. Actually, it's a win-win-win because you, the viewer, wouldn't have to put up with my analysis of the catcher in the rye. So, USD athletes, I ask you, find a way to keep playing and win the battle against Mother Nature. I'm Ryan Moore, and this is Sports Shorts.
On a final note, women's volleyball coach Brian Lampa announced yesterday he will be leaving the U to pursue an associate head coach position at Washington State University. Lamp has spent 5 seasons at USD. He's leaving with a final record of 75 and 73. Well, that's all for you sports. Stay with us. Out and About and commentary are up next.
Wondering what the VLP is? The Vermilion Literary Project is comprised of both undergraduates and graduates from all different majors. We design and produce a literary magazine every year. We host poetry festivals, and on every last Thursday of the month we have a poetry slam at the Coffee Shop Gallery. We produce a CD of spoken words and host a radio show on Fridays. If you are interested or want more information, visit our website. The VLP, your path to literary enlightenment.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a very comfortable atmosphere. Everybody has a good time.
It's been one of the best experiences I've had at college.
The work atmosphere is so fun.
You know, it's a lot of people getting together, creating a product, and working as a team.
Everybody's kind of like a mentor to me because I'm the freshman.
That'd be a great way to kind of expand my horizons a little bit.
Writing can take you anywhere. If you're not going in a journalism major, it's still going to help you. It looks great on a resume.
It's applicable to anything that you do. You can use it in your classes.
It's just fun, and you know, being in college, you should just try different things.